teleconference. Do I have a motion? Motion by member Guston, second by member Yu. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, I believe member Covert will be coming in. And can we now have a roll call, please?
Member Chaplin.
Here.
Member Childress. Member Covert. Member Desart. Member Eckhoff. Member Evans.
Here.
Member Galassi.
Here.
Member Garcia. Member Guston. Member Krajewski. Member LaPlante. Member Ozag. Member Rutledge. Member Schwarzy. Member Tornatori. Member Yu.
Here.
And Member Zay.
Okay, we have a quorum. I am advised that this morning we do have public comment.
David Roth.
Good morning. I am Dave Roth. I'm Executive Director of DuPage Federation. We are a collaboration of government and key community organizations that identifies ways our community can address its human services needs using its own resources and resourcefulness. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Thank you for the opportunity to provide comments this morning regarding the fiscal year 25 budget. We've submitted a longer written comment, and I will take 1 minute now to summarize that longer written comment here. Our focus is on the budget category Housing Solutions Program. We applaud DuPage County for establishing and proposing to increase this category. This aligns with what we have learned from leaders in the human services system and their clients. That's this. Whether human services workers are serving clients who want to raise healthy children or get a better job and opportunity for higher income, to learn English, or to get and stay sober, or for so many other reasons, their biggest shared barrier is the lack of housing that is affordable, accessible, and safe. On the positive side, we in DuPage County have a way of collaborating that can overcome this problem. We have talented and wise leaders in the government and non-government organizations. We collaborate well. DuPage County is a superb administrator of federal funds to improve housing safety and stability with persons who are unhoused and with families and individuals with low and moderate incomes. But federal housing assistance has shrunk to its lowest level in nearly 25 years, even as homelessness and rental prices have hit historic highs. The distress for our neighbors with lower incomes, including those disproportionately advantaged along the identities of race, ethnicity, disability, gender identity, and sexual orientation, that distress is alarming. In the absence of a major increase in federal funding, it is crucial that municipalities, townships, and the county play a larger role in funding affordable housing. Therefore, we applaud the inclusion of the Housing Solutions Program. We encourage the county to continue its vigorous engagement with our neighbors who have the greatest distress regarding housing. Thank you.
Thank you. And Chairwoman Marks, we do have executive session after our meeting, so we'll be going into executive session. So with that, can I have a motion on 24, 27, 29, Finance Committee regular meeting minutes from Tuesday, October 8th, 2024? I had a motion by member Guston and a second by member Childress. Any corrections or changes to the minutes? Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? The motion carries. We move on to budget transfers. Can I have a motion on 24, 27, 78, transfer of funds from travel expenses to 1,018.10, 530 in the amount of 5,000 to start the 2024 real estate assessment appeals hearing process timely? And a motion by member Childress, second by member Garcia. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Opposed? The motion carries. Can I have a motion on 24, 27, 81 budget transfers, 10, 22, 2024 various companies and accounting units? Motion by member Garcia, second by member Yu. Anyone seeking recognition? Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? The motion carries. We move on to procurement requisitions. For finance, I'm going to call on member Zay and member Krajewski's absence.
Morning, Madam Chair. I move to combine items 7A1 through 7A7. These are all decrease and closeout of contracts.
Okay, I have a motion by member Zay and a second by member Galassi to combine items 7-1 through 7-7. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, the motion carries. The items are combined. Please proceed, member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on 24-2708. Close purchase order issued to CH Advisors, amount of $15,543.75. Move on 24-2709, decrease and close contract issued to Collett, Hollett and Associates for $10,600. Move on 24-2710, decrease and close purchase order issued to Archie Supply LLC in the amount of $48,625. Move on 24-2711, decrease and close contract issued to Canon Solutions, the amount of $100,914.93. Move on 24-2712, decrease and close contract issued to Canon Solutions, the amount of $129,685.18. Move on 24-2713, decrease and close purchase order issued to Physicians Records Company, the amount of $23,320.50. And move on 24-2715, decrease and close contract issued to Titan Image Group, the amount of $69,965.85.
I have a motion by member Zay, second by member Desart. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on 24-2731, contract issued to Wex Health, Inc. for flexible spending account services, the amount of January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025 for human resources, amount not to exceed $20,500.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Galassi. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FICO 18-24, amendment to county contract 6731-001 issued to Corvell Corporation for third-party claims administrative services to extend the contract through February 28th, 2025, and increase the contract by $50,000 for the new contract, the amount not to exceed $150,000.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIP 19-24, approve a contract issued to Rock Fusco and Connolly LLC, provide legal services for collective bargaining matters for labor negotiation amount of, from the period of December 1st, 2024 through November 30th, 2025 for the county board, the amount not to exceed $50,000.
Okay, I have a motion by member Zay, second by member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Madam Chair, I move on FIP 20-24, approve a contract issued to Castle Law LLC to provide consultation services to collective bargaining matters for labor negotiations for the period October 23rd, 2024 through November 30th, 2025 for the county board. The contract not to exceed $115,000.
Had a motion by member Zay and a second by member Cahill. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
So,
Oh, I think we're done.
thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, member Zay. We move on to economic development. Member LaPlante.
Thank you, Chair. I move to approve item 7B1 ED-CO-424, amendment to County Contract 6029-1 serve issued to World Relief to provide services to immigrants and youth in DuPage County for the Workforce Development Division to extend the contract through September 30th, 2025, and increase the encumbrance in the amount of $253,378 for a new contract total amount of $742,068. This is grant funded.
Thank you. Had a motion by member LaPlante, second by member Yu. Any discussion? Oh, member Zay, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Can you just give explanation? I think, are they adding the youth training program? It says they're adding a line on this. So we're just adding this on to the other services?
Here, there. This is the final renewal of their youth contract program, so it is an extension of their current programming. They're carrying over 29 existing participants that they're still working with, and then they'll be adding additional this year. And so this will cover them. The contract expired, and now in order for them to continue providing services, we needed the final renewal.
Okay. So they're providing youth training and for migrants too.
I'm sorry, I
They're
didn't hear.
providing youth training and migrants. We've always done that.
Yes, yeah, this
Okay, I was
is,
just confused because it said they're adding a new line for youth training, so. On
Adding-
our.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, this is the same programming. It's the final renewal for this contract before we go back out with an RFP next program year.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, thank you, members A. Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Thank you, Member LaPlante. We move on to Human Services and Member Schwarzy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to combine items 7C1 through 7C5, which are contracts for low-income energy assistance programs.
I have a motion by Member Schwarzy, second by Member Cahill. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move on HSP 3524, awarding resolution issued to Healthy Air Heating and Air, Inc., one of 5 service providers selected for the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, LIHEAP. LIHEAP Emergency Heat Program for the period of October 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. Vendor to service, repair, or replace inoperable or red tag furnaces for low-income qualified homeowners within DuPage County. Contract total amount not to exceed $230,909.54. I move on HSP 3624, awarding resolution issued to My Greenhouse HVAC, one of 5 service providers selected for the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, LIHEAP Emergency Heat Program, for the period of October 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. Vendor to service, repair, or replace inoperable or red tag furnaces for low-income qualified homeowners within DuPage County. Contract total amount not to exceed $230,909.54. I move on HSP 3724, awarding resolution issued to Nortec Environmental, Inc., one of 5 service providers selected for LIHEAP Emergency Heat Program for the period of October 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. Vendor to service, repair, or replace inoperable or red tag furnaces for low-income qualified homeowners within DuPage County. Contract total amount not to exceed $230,909.54. Move on HSP 3824, awarding resolution issued to Parliament Builders, Inc., one of 5 service providers selected for LIHEAP Emergency Heat Program for the period of October 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. Vendor to service, repair, or replace inoperable or red tag furnaces for low-income qualified homeowners within DuPage County. Contract total amount not to exceed $230,909.54. And I move on HSP 3924, awarding resolution issued to Rush Heating and Cooling, Inc., one of 5 service providers selected for the LIHEAP Emergency Heat Program for the period of October 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. Vendor to service, repair, replace inoperable or red tag furnaces for low-income qualified homeowners within DuPage County in a contract total amount not to exceed $230,909.54.
Motion by Member Schwarzy, second by Member Garcia, and Member Ozak seeking recognition. Go ahead.
Thank you. I just have a quick question. These are, it says homeowners. Is it also multifamily? If they're in a condo or something like that, they would be covered, or how does that work?
I don't know if Mary or anybody here,
Valerie's
but
coming up.
usually apartments are covered by their lease.
Right, but I'm wondering if they own a condo, like a townhome.
Yeah, here comes
condominium.
Valerie's coming. Good morning, Valerie.
Okay, the multifamily will be issued in the RFP in December, so that will come later.
And that would include people who are in a condo as well as apartments.
It's multifamily homes.
Okay, so it would, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to move to combine items 7C6 through 7C8, which are contracts for mechanical and architectural weatherization.
Have a motion by Member Schwarzy, who made that second, second by Member Glassy, combines items 7.6 through 7.8. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. The items are combined. Please proceed, Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move on HSP 4024, awarding resolution issued to Healthy Air Heating and Airing to provide mechanical, HVAC, and architectural weatherization labor and materials for the weatherization program for the period of October 22nd, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, for a contract total not to exceed $866,434. Move on HSP 4124, awarding resolution issued to My Greenhouse HVAC LLC to provide mechanical HVAC and architectural weatherization labor and materials for the weatherization program for the period October 22nd, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, for a contract total amount not to exceed $866,434. And I move on HSP 4224, awarding resolution issued to Arcos Environmental Services, Inc. to provide mechanical HVAC and architectural weatherization labor and materials for the weatherization program for the period of October 22nd, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, for a contract total not to exceed $866,434.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor? Or, I'm sorry, member Schwarzy. Motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Garcia. I don't know why I get you guys mixed up. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. Member Schwarzy, please
Thank you.
continue.
I move on HSP 4324, awarding resolution issued to Comfort First Installation and Energy Solutions to provide architectural weatherization labor and materials for the weatherization program for the period of October 22nd, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, for a contract total not to exceed $50,000.
Motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move on HSP 4424, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order issued to Airgas USA LLC to provide liquid portable oxygen for the residents at the DuPage Care Center for the period December 1st, 2024 through November 30th, 2025, for a contract total amount not to exceed $50,000.
Motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move on HSP 4524, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order issued to Valdez Supply to provide restroom tissue, paper towels, and facial tissue group 2 as needed for DuPage Care Center for the period December 1st, 2024 through November 30th, 2025, for an amount not to exceed $79,000.
Motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move on HSR 1924, recommendation for approval of a Home Investment Partnership Act funds agreement with DuPage Pads, project number HM 2402B, tenant-based rental assistance in the amount of $100,000 under fiscal year 2024, which is the balance of the previously approved $200,000 total project award, partially funded in program year 2021 in the amount of $100,000 under a home agreement with DuPage Pads.
Okay, I have a motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. Finally, I move on HSR 1824, DuPage Care Center rate increase to increase the per patient day charges last fixed by resolution HSR 6423, approved on October 24, 2023, from $450 per day to $468 per day for standard custodial care, and from $468 per day to $487 per day for Alzheimer's special care, and from $642 per day to $668 per day for post-acute care, effective December 1st, 2024.
Have a motion by member Schwarzy, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? Oh, I'm sorry, member Guston, second that. Okay. Any discussion on this? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you, member Schwarzy. We move on to judicial public safety and member Evans.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move on JPSCO 10-24, amendment to purchase order 6662-1 serve issued to Axon Enterprise, Inc. to increase the contract encumbrance in the amount of $144,049.80 for new contract total not to exceed $1,522,385.80.
Motion by member Evans, second by member Zay. He beat you a little bit, member Rutledge. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Evans.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move on JPSP 31-24, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Public Safety Direct, Inc. for upfitting and repairs of sheriff's office vehicles and monthly maintenance for the period of October 31st, 2024 through October 30th, 2025, for a contract total amount not to exceed $522,215.
Motion by member Evans, second by member Cahill. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Evans.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move on JPSP 32-24, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Adriana T. Anderson of the law firm of Anderson Attorneys and Advisors LLC to provide professional services as a child protection GAL attorney assigned to juvenile cases for the period of November 1st, 2024 through October 31st, 2025, for a contract total amount not to exceed $42,000.
Motion by member Evans, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you, member Evans. We move on to Public Works and member Garcia.
Thank you, Chair Chaplin. I make a motion to approve FMP 003924, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Johnson Controls, Inc. to furnish and deliver Johnson Control parts as needed for county campus for facilities management for the period of December 1st, 2023 to August 12th, 2026, for a total contract amount not to exceed $48,095.
Motion by member Garcia, second by member Yu. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Garcia.
I make a motion to approve FMP 004024, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Valdez Supply to furnish and deliver restroom tissue and paper towels to Judicial Office Facility, JTK Administrative Building, and the jail on a monthly basis and as needed for the Power Plant, Children's Center, Office of Emergency Management, and the Coroner's Office for facilities management for the period of December 1st, 2024 through November 30th, 2025, for a total contract amount not to exceed $112,688.36.
Motion by member Garcia, second by member Cahill. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you, member Garcia. We move on to technology and member Yu.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on TECO 2-24, Amendment to County Contract 6681-0001 Serve, issued to SHI International Corp. For an enterprise term lease agreement with Adobe Systems for Adobe software licensing for IT to increase the encumbrance by $11,840.27 and to extend the contract through December 9, 2024, resulting in an amended contract total of $153,917.11.
Motion by member Yu, second by member Cahill. Any discussion? Or who seconded? Oh, member Guston. Thank you. Second by member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Member Yu.
I make a motion on TEP 17-24, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Granicus LLC for annual support and hosting of Legistar legislative management software and streaming services for IT for the period of December 1, 2024 through November 30, 2025, for a total contract amount of $42,515.30.
Motion by member Yu, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you, member Yu.
Thank you.
We move on to transportation and member Ozag.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for approval of 242697, amendment to resolution DTP 024 2B19, issued to Trans Systems Corporation for professional preliminary engineering services for improvements at County Highway 23, Naperville Road at Illinois 38, to increase the funding in the amount of $89,844.93, resulting in an amended contract total amount of $419,404.02, an increase of 27.26%, extending the contract through October 31st, 2026.
Have a motion by member Ozag, second by member Guston. Any discussion on this? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Ozag.
Thank you. I move for approval of DTP 005024, recommendation for the approval of a contract to MSC Industrial Supply Company to furnish and deliver maintenance, repair, and operations supplies as needed for the Division of Transportation for the period December 1st, 2024 through November 30th, 2025, for a contract total not to exceed $35,000.
Motion by member Ozag, second by member Yu. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you, member Ozag.
Thank you.
Okay, now we move on to finance resolutions, and I'm going to call members A.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIR 179-24, acceptance appropriation of additional funding for Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act intergovernmental agreement in the amount of $150,000.
Motion by members A, second by member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Members A.
Madam Chair, I move on FIR 180-24, approval of issuance of payments to training providers and youth contracts through the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, intergovernmental agreement in the amount of $2,546,526.
Motion by members A, second by member Galassi. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Member Zay.
Madam Chair, I move on FIR 181-24, acceptance appropriation of Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Development Opportunity Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act intergovernmental agreement in the amount of $5,408,075.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move on FIR 182-24, acceptance of an extension of time for the Illinois Court Commission on Access to Justice Grant. That's it.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIR 183-24, acceptance and appropriation of the U.S. Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Assistance DNA Capacity Enhanced for Backlog Reduction Program on the amount of $339,842.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Garcia. Any discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIR 200-24, approval of employee compensation and job classification adjustments for building and zoning.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIR 202-24, approval of employee compensation and job classification adjustments for
Motion-
animal services.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Member Zay.
Madam Chair, I move on FIO 6-24, amendment to the predictable fee schedule for recording documents.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Yu. Any discussion? Member Desart.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I didn't see a whole lot in the board packet about this, and I just wanted a quick explanation if that's possible.
Do we have somebody from the coroner's office? This is a state that mandates those fees, but morning, Kathy.
County board members. What is your question?
I just wanted some more information about it, just generally. Thank you.
Well, the state legislatures rewrote the statute, and if you read the ordinance and looked at Exhibit A, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's wording change. Nothing, it's pretty straightforward. We did this last.
Yeah, well, it really wasn't
Excuse-
that clear, and it seems like you're having a hard time telling me, like in 2 sentences, what it's about. Thank you.
Member Desart, the state sets the fees for the recorder's office. So every year or every few years, they'll state those fees. They'll change the fees. So then the recorder has to adjust the fees to what the state recommends, correct? Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, now we move on to budget resolutions, and I'm going to call on Member Zay.
That's a good time for Member Krajewski not to be here. I was told they cannot combine any of these, so we have 22 of these. So, all right, we combined all 22, but they won't let me, so. I'll start. I'll move, Madam Chair, I move on FIO 8-24, DuPage County 2024 tax levies for the fiscal year 2025.
Motion by Member Zay. Do I have a second? Oh, second by Member Schwarzy. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair, I move on FIO 9-24, County of DuPage Century Hill Light Service Area Fund 2024 tax levy for fiscal year 2025.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair, I move on FIO 10-24, annual appropriation ordinance for the County of DuPage, State of Illinois, for the fiscal period beginning December 1st, 2024 and ending November 30th, 2025.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair, I move on FIO 11-24, annual appropriation ordinance for the Police Records Management Systems Operation Fund of the County of DuPage, State of Illinois for fiscal period beginning December 1st, 2024 and ending November 30th, 2025.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Guston. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIR 184-24, authorization to transfer funds to taxable general obligation bonds, alternate revenue source recovery zone economic development bonds, and Build America bonds, series 2010A and 2010B, debt service fund company 7,000, accounting unit 7,000 for fiscal year 2025, and the amount is $7,994,190, and abate the 2024 tax levy for taxable general obligation bonds, alternate revenue source recovery zone economic development bonds, and Build America bonds, series 2010 and A and 2010B.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIR 185-24, abatement of 2024 tax levy for general obligation refunding bonds, alternate revenue source, series 2015B, 2015B bonds, company 7,000, accounting unit 7017, in the amount of $1,464,820.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Madam Chair, move on FIR 186-24, appropriation for limited tax general obligation refunding bond, series 2016, debt service fund company 7,000, accounting unit 7,018 for fiscal year 2025, the amount of $3,616,255.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Cahill. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move on FIR 187-24, appropriation for the general obligation debt certificate, series 2017, debt service fund company 7,000, accounting unit 7020 for fiscal year 2025, in the amount of $683,950.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move on FIR 188-24, appropriation for general obligation limited tax certificate of indebtedness, series 2009, debt service fund company 7,000, accounting units 7022 for fiscal year 2025, the amount of $142,740.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move on FIR 189-24, appropriation for the special service area number 35, Lake of Royce Renaissance Unlimited Ad Valorem Tax Bond, Series 2012A, Debt Service Fund Company 7100, Accounting Units 7500 for the fiscal year 2025, the amount of $326,620.
I have a motion by member Zay, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Member Zay.
Madam Chair, move on FIR 190-24, appropriation for special service area number 37, York Center IEPA Loan Debt Service Fund, Company 7100, Accounting Unit 7502 for fiscal year 2025, in the amount of $95,000.
Motion by member Zay, second by member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move on FIR 191-24, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to tort liability fund for fiscal year 2025, up to but not to exceed $500,000.
I have a motion by member Zay, second by member Yu. Member Garcia, go ahead, please.
Yeah, can I get a little more information on that? There wasn't much information in the packet about why we're transferring an additional $500,000 to the tort liability fund.
Getting sued.
Yes, so the tax levy includes a levy for tort liability. So we transfer a portion of that from the general fund into the tort liability fund for any type of claims that come up during the year. So it's the general fund's portion for tort liability that gets transferred from tort to the general fund. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense. I just thought we had just transferred a whole bunch of money previously, I think, in 10,000, I want to say, so it was quite a bit of money. So I was just wondering why the additional 500,000 was needed.
But we have to do this as part of the tax levy, right?
Right.
Okay. so
Um,
this
the
is part-
spe-
this is
specific
part of
line on the
law.
tax
I'm not a tax.
This
accountant.
also helps to go pay for ongoing operations too in the tort liability fund.
Okay, so, all right.
Thank
Okay,
you. Thank you, Member Garcia. So I just have a thought because we did put 10 million in there like a month ago. So is that 10 million going to be used this year or is it going to be transferred over? Because I was looking at the tort liability on the online checkbook and from 2019 to 2024, the highest that we've ever paid out of tort liability was 6 million with an average of about 3 million, from 2019, 2021, 2022 was high at 6 million. But we just transferred 10 million into the tort liability and now another 500,000, which I understand the 500,000 is for the tax levy, but we're putting a lot of money in tort liability compared to other years. So
Oh,
that's
point-
all, that's just a concern.
Point of order, I think if we're going to discuss that, we should probably go into executive session because that would be
I don't know.
pending litigation.
Yeah, why the transfer? Yeah.
Future claims.
Yeah. Yeah, the two separate
So-
amounts. We need clarification.
First, the 500,000 is a statutory requirement. As Member Zay said, it's part of our tax levy. We are obligated to, we collect it for tort liability. We must transfer it into tort liability. That's a given. Every year that happens. The 10 million, that was a transfer that the board decided to put in there. That will be in our tort liability fund. That will carry over year, over year, over year.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Member Zay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIR 192-24, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to DuPage Care Center Fund for fiscal year 2025. The amount not to exceed $3,800,957.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston. Member Yu seeking recognition. Go ahead, Member Yu.
So I have a quick question with regard to this one, just because I know that in our fiscal year 2025 departmental appropriations, we have a certain amount of money obviously going to the DuPage Care Center. But this looks like this is an authorization to transfer additional funds not to exceed 3,000. So could I just get some explanation about why that is the case? And this is actually, I have the same question for the next item too, just because we already have these departmental appropriations. So is this an additional amount on top of that, or is it going to a different fund or something?
You're specifically referencing the DuPage Care Center transfer? Okay, so we charge what are called indirect costs to the care center. So traditionally, we ask them to pay for IT services, human resources, finance, other services that they don't directly pay for. So we do an indirect cost analysis. So as part of that, instead of having them directly pay for it, the general fund has traditionally helped subsidize those indirect costs. So this is the transfer from the general fund to the care center to help pay for those costs. That's been going on probably 5 to 6 years.
So then just as a follow-up, so because in the fiscal year department appropriations, we're appropriating, what is it, 47,342,101. So you're saying that this 3 million is for those indirect costs? It's
Yes.
completely something different.
Specifically for those
Oh,
indirect costs. The
okay.
47 million, the care center costs are for the operations of the care center.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Member Zay?
Madam Chair, I move on FIR 193-24, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to stormwater management fund for fiscal year 2025, up to and not to exceed 30,400,000. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, 3,436,000.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston. Member Yu seeking recognition. Go ahead, Member Yu.
Yes, I just had the exact same question. I just want to make sure, is this also about indirect costs that we're transferring this additional 3.4 million on top
No,
of what's
this-
already in the appropriations?
No, this transfer is to help pay for stormwater costs directly from the general fund to the stormwater fund and some other capital costs.
This is another transfer that we've traditionally fund to help build up that balance in the stormwater fund to pay for future capital. We've traditionally done a transfer from the general fund to the stormwater to help pay for those costs.
Okay, because in our, again, departmental appropriations, we're funding stormwater management, including capital outlay and other financing uses, contractual commodities, all that stuff, and it comes out to 15,410,000. So this is just.
That again is to pay for the operations of stormwater during the
Okay.
year. This is to help subsidize additional capital costs that
Oh.
may have. There's a 5-year plan, capital plan in stormwater.
Okay.
So this helps to go subsidize that.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Madam Chair, many years ago, the stormwater levy was around $13 million. It's only 9 now.
Mhm.
So that's why this subsidy was made, that the levy was used in other areas and taken away from stormwater. So this was kind of recoup that money that was taken off the levy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you both. Okay, any other questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Member Zay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIR 194-24, approval of the fiscal year 2025 head count.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston, and Member Desart seeking recognition. Go ahead, Member Desart.
Thank you. I have the sheet right here with the head count on it. And I'm wondering, maybe I'm just not reading it correctly, but are these the head counts that have been approved financially? Or are these the actual head counts of how many people we have working for the county?
That's a good question. These are the board approved head count that has been requested by the departments. They are all not funded. Up. Go ahead.
Some of the head count is funded, not all of the head count is funded. We worked with a lot of the departments, like for instance, the various departments, and we said, okay, you have a head count of, let's say, 150. Do you intend to fill all of the positions? And some of the departments said, no, you can leave 10 of those positions unfunded and fund the 140. So we work with the different departments to ask them with the vacant head count if they would be funding them. So not all of the positions are funded.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, all in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Member Zay?
Madam Chair, I move on FIR 195-24, compensation structure and wage adjustment guidelines.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Garcia. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Member Zay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIO 12-24, 2024 tax levies for the Board of Health Operations, Board of Health Municipal Retirement, and Board of Health Social Security for fiscal year 2025.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Member Zay?
Madam Chair, I move on FIO 13-24 annual appropriation ordinance for the Board of Health Operations, Board of Health Municipal Retirement, and Board of Health Social Security Fund for the County of DuPage, State of Illinois for fiscal year period beginning December 1st, 2024 and ending November 30th, 2025.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Guston. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Member Zay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIO 14-24 annual appropriation ordinance for the Emergency Telephone System Board of the County of DuPage, State of Illinois for the period beginning December 1st, 2024 and ending November 30th, 2025.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Schwarzy. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Member Zay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIR 196-24, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to the Veterans Assistance Commission for fiscal year 2025, up to but not to exceed $696,014.
Okay, motion by Member Zay, second by Member, I was a tie through a tie. I'll give it to Member Cahill. What? Okay, that's, yes, we'll do it alphabetically. Member Cahill. Any discussion on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Member Zay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on FIO 15-24 annual appropriation ordinance for the Veterans Assistance Commission, State of Illinois for the period beginning December 1st, 2024 and ending November 30th, 2020.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Yu. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Member Zay?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on 24-2777, approval of the 2025 fiscal plan. And if you're looking at home, you can view the fiscal plan by visiting the county website.
Motion by Member Zay, second by Member Garcia. Any discussion on this? Okay, all those in favor? Opposed, the motion carries. Member Zay, job well done. Thank you.
You get to do that during board, so.
Well, not today though.
Oh,
Okay,
that's true.
so we are going to move on to informational And Member Zake, do you have it in you?
Yep. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Move to receive and place on file, A, payment of claims, B, wire transfers, and C, grant proposal notifications.
I have a motion by Member Zay and a second by Member Guston to receive and place on file items A, B, and C under informational. Any discussion on these? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you very much, Member Zay.
Thank
We
you.
move on to old business. Okay, we move on to new business. Okay, seeing none. We do have executive session, so pursuant to Open Meetings Act 5 ILCS 122 C21 review of executive session minutes. Can I have a motion to go into executive session? Motion by Member Guston, second by Member Ozog. All those, we need a roll call. Roll call, please.
Member Cahill.
Aye.
Member Chaplin.
Aye.
Member Childress. Member Covert. Member Desart. Member Eckhoff. Member Evans. Member Galassi.